is a presentation of Real Wise Productions and Comey Media Incorporated. Somebody got elected president, and some people are happy about the new president elect, and others are not. We'll cover that next on Mentality. Welcome to another installment of Mentality, where iron sharpens iron in the realm of health, wealth, mental health, entrepreneurship, love, and brotherhood, all from a man's perspective. I am one of the co-hosts of this program, Cole Johnson, aka the mad scientist and the EP of all EPs. And I am joined as always by the other co-host of this wonderful program. You may know him as Bizarro Wise, Wise All Mr. Stuck in My Mind. You also might know him as King Petty. You also might know him as the James Lipton of the crew. That's right, your boy and mine, Wize, aka Wise El Jefe. How you doing, man?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Can't complain, man. I'm awake. I'm alive. So I'm excited because we get to do another show, Mentality. And here we go.
Okay, well, if you've been under a rock, and I do mean if you were under a rock anywhere in the world, I think you all know that former President Donald Trump now is officially the president-elect Donald Trump once again. And yes, it's leaving some Americans relieved and others shaking their heads and others still crying in their cereal. Now, Trump, of course, lost the presidential race 4 years back after his first term. And he, along with many others, still feel as though the stuff was robbed. And he figured it was going to be canceled when they were going through the official certification process January 6th in 2021. And obviously, you know what happened there. His victory is considered a cancel on cancel culture. So my question to you, sir, is Trump's reelection the end of cancel culture?
No. Because people are still gonna people are still gonna wield their power and stuff like that. For me, it's more that people really for me the key in the election was immigration and the economy, and people were tired of paying at the gas pumps and tired of paying in the supermarkets. People like you and me who are regular Americans who aren't in the 1%, we're the ones who are suffering. We're regular people are the ones suffering. We're the ones paying the high taxes. We're the ones paying. And so I could understand why people want to change.
A Republican in office is better than a Democrat in office in terms of content. Because, man, you will find a whole lot of it.
Yes. I'm excited.
Oh, you'll find a whole lot of it.
I'm excited for what we're going to see.
Yeah, I am too. I am too. Imagine a woman saying that she's done dating men, and with the election of Donald Trump, more women are following that woman's lead. And these women are starting to be a part of what's called the 4B movement. And it's been a movement that has existed for 2 years. It started in South Korea. It originated as a protest against misogyny and sexism there. And the movement has 4 requirements for women who participate: no dating men, no marrying men, no sex with men, and no childbirth. Why, oh, why is gender being weaponized in such a cancerous manner?
Oh man, why? Um, it's many reasons why. It's like a lot of things, even a lot of the stuff I've been seeing. Women saying that they made their men and stuff like that and all
Oh
this other
gosh,
stuff.
yeah. Mhm.
And I mean, I'm blessed. I am blessed. I have a wife that is very supportive.
Yeah, and
She
same here.
she she has pushed me to be a better man. Most definitely, my wife has made me a better man. There's this.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. We have our moments, yes. 'Cause everyone
Mhm.
does. We're
Yeah.
never always gonna agree. We're gonna bump heads always. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we both love each other.
Mhm.
And we both want each other. We will both push each other to be better. So in that regards, I'm lucky. Not everyone has that type of relationship. Not everyone
Right.
can see the benefits of men and women working together to build something
Mhm.
together.
Right.
And so right now, yes, are there a lot of misogynistic men? Yes, and
Well, heck
I've
yeah.
heard a lot of men say they want to vote for Kamala
Only because
because
she's a woman. Yeah.
because she's a woman,
Mhm.
and I don't agree with that. I like
I don't either.
sometimes women can get the job done, but to start a movement where you're not gonna marry a man or this or that, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Herschel Walker, come on down. So he came on stage at a Macon rally on this Sunday past, and of course he's a Georgia alum. So he came to stay. He came to the stage with a lot of barks from the crowd, and the legend got roars as he started. As he stated that he grew up 60 miles from Macon, and then he received more barks when he claimed that he went back to Georgia, where he said his campus was when, of course, Laken Riley was murdered on the intramural fields by an undocumented migrant. However, when the crowd implored, when he implored the crowd to vote for a Donald Trump, he said the wrong one, because he said that they should vote for Donald Trump Jr. Yes, Donald Trump has a son called Donald Trump. Uh, and then he had to correct himself, saying, quote, "It stops on Tuesday when we get to the polls and vote for Donald Trump Jr." Donald Trump, Donald J. Trump, close quote. Now, to the compassionate person of the two of us on this program, I have this question to ask: do you have any sympathy for Herschel Walker?
You must want me to curse. You must want me to curse. Yeah, you must want me to curse. You must. Um.
Oh no.
What can I say about Herschel Walker?
gosh, this
Um,
beautiful.
I give two what Herschel Walker thinks. You want to talk about misogynistic? This is
Oh my gosh.
That is the picture right there of a misogynist.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. Stories of abusing women. Yeah.
We know how he is. He's been in abusive relationships. He's forced women to have abortions.
Ooh.
This man is no good.
Oh my gosh.
And that's because he's a college sports star and an NFL star. He thinks he's above people. You're not.
No.
You're still a piece of just a piece of for some money, which you've done some bad business deals in your my man. I don't know what if the CTE is affecting you now or whatever it is, but stay out of politics, man. Stay the out of politics. Just go away. Go away. No one cares what you have to say. Maybe the people make enjoy. Maybe you inspire a few people from there because of weight, but you aren't worth two. You're not a family man. You don't take care of your kids. You have a son out there that's the complete mess, hot mess.
Yeah.
And you just aren't worth two. So sorry if I can't relate with what you're saying. And thank God the people of Georgia saw through your thing, and you could not beat Raphael Warnock and did not win that office, because that's the worst thing that could have happened to the state of Georgia, is to have you as their senator. But besides that, yeah, Herschel, I could give two say. You, to me, epitomize what kind of person that really represents the MAGA movement. Someone who really doesn't know.
Wow.
Go retire to Shady Acres or wherever the fuck you came from. Go back to Texas. Don't nobody want you in Georgia. Go back to Texas.
He should move back to Dallas. Wow, that's cold.
Oh, that'd be even perfect. Go back. Go back. You could go console Jerry Jones and Dallas Cowgirls.
We're just getting started. Mentality will return. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. If you want your commanders to be repped right, well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 1:05 p.m. Eastern, 12:05 a.m. Central on the Sotoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where my soldiers? Left side.
The Big Ten.
How would people on the campus of Ohio State University, how would they look at Ryan Day?
The SEC.
Until somebody can show me that they can beat Georgia outside of Alabama, I gotta roll with the Bulldogs.
The Big 12.
Mike Gundy, show me something. I picked you last year, okay?
The ACC.
I need Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers to show me that they are understanding what the mission is at hand.
And the Pac-12. Whoa. I'm sorry, the Pac-2. Join the Playmaker as he breaks down every single week all the hot college college football games. Bearing down the gridiron on the Playmakers Blog Network YouTube channel and where you can find podcasts.
Welcome back to Mentality, where men are men and some women try to be, but they ain't. With Wise Lefe, I'm Cole Johnson. And let's go with power moves. Well, it's looking like the Democratic Party, well, they're going to have to make some power moves because the blame game is on. Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont, he is pointing the fingers mightily hard after Vice President Kamala Harris lost to now President-elect Donald Trump, and the Republicans gain control of the Senate, and they're just this close to getting control of the House as well. In a statement shared on social media this past Wednesday, the U.S. Senator said that party leadership must have, quote, serious political discussions, close quote, about Latino and Black workers voting for Republican candidates. He went on to say the following as well, quote, it should come as no great surprise that a Democratic Party, which has abandoned working class people, would find that the working class has abandoned them. While the Democratic leadership defends the status quo, the American people are angry and want change, and they're right. Close quote. Will the Democratic Party have these serious conversations that the senator would like for the party to have?
They better. They better, or they're not going to get anywhere. First of all, they've let down the American people. They've tried to focus on, and don't get me wrong, I have sympathy for the immigrants and all that. I know a lot of them are not criminals. A lot of them are not.
Right, they're not.
Not killers and murderers like they've been painted to be. But I just feel the Democratic Party has focused more on trying to get them into this country so they could gain that vote or whatever it is, instead of really trying to help your people here now. Like, gas prices is ridiculous. Grocery prices are out the door. It's just ridiculous with the prices and like on groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Eggs that I paid $2 for, paying like $6. This is not fair. It's not right. It doesn't affect any of you because you got all this lobbyist money.
Sure don't.
It doesn't affect Charles Schumer because he's getting money from whatever the he's getting.
Everywhere.
Nancy Pelosi's getting money out her from anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's actually for book deals.
Out here. Listen, Bernie's right, and they need to get their together. They need to new leadership. We need some fresh new blood up there. We need the Pelosi's out. We need the Schumers out. You have some Jay Ranskins is, I feel, is someone who I can rally behind because he speaks policies. There's certain people you can rally around. Josh Shapiro here in Pennsylvania, even AOC, Christian Gillibrand from New York. There's people that you can rally around. There's new leadership out there. It's time for some of these old to get out of our office. It's time for new blood.
besides actually holding on to the old ideals that seemingly the old guard for the Democratic Party seems to have. And yes, I regard Schumer and Pelosi, heck, even Bill Clinton, who isn't in office, but I know he has a say in how the party rolls, and he is not a young chicken.
No.
Where else did the Democratic Party go wrong with Kamala Harris's campaign?
First of all, it was on 100 and something days she had to run. Something you brought up before was we didn't know her.
No.
Even though she's been in office for 4 years, we didn't know her. It was now that we got to see a little bit of her personality and a little bit about her. So that's where they failed.
100.
They didn't let us get to know her.
Yeah.
All we got was misinformation, stuff about she then the way all she wanted was black men in prison. No, that was debunked. But it was still already in people's heads. So of course black men are gonna be like, I ain't voting for this because she wants us in jail.
Yeah. Look at the record. Yeah, look at her record as AG of California. Yeah.
So they didn't let us get to know her. They should have known. They should have known sooner that he wasn't capable. He wasn't fit to run again, and they should have had a fair process in picking who we wanted to run for president. They should have just thrusted her into our laps and this is who it's going to be. No, y'all should have known that this guy was not capable to run another term. So it should have been like, hey, 4 or 5 y'all need to step up. Let's go. Who's gonna go for office? Kamala, go ahead. Gavin, let's go. Gretchen, let's go. Josh, let's go. It should have been. Democrats should have had the right to pick who they wanted.
Yeah,
and that was not allowed.
No, the people didn't pick them. Right.
That kind of blew up in their face. But y'all knew he wasn't. Y'all know he wasn't stable to run for office again. I've been battering this man for 4 years on this show.
And it got hard. Yeah, it got harder by every time we mentioned Biden.
And I am a Democrat. And I was at his throat for 4 years on this show. Like for the last 4 years. And the last 2 years we've been doing this show, I've been on his throat.
Yeah. I'm about to say, and every time we mentioned Biden's name,
it was freaking dope.
Yeah, your attacks have been harder and harder and harder. Yeah. And understandably so, because we were witnessing, by the time this show started, we were witnessing a guy who just simply, literally looked like he was asleep at the wheel. And then go ahead.
Someone who lived with a parent that had dementia and Alzheimer's, seen her decline and everything. I saw this in his face. I saw it in his.
Yeah.
And y'all telling me y'all didn't realize this?
My issue, my number one issue when it comes to the Harris campaign, and I will say this, and of course I said this on Morning Shift as well. The vice president, and God bless her, she worked very hard.
She did.
I don't think she worked very smart, but she worked very hard.
I tip my hat off to her. She, in the time that she had, she worked. She did her job. She worked. She worked.
She worked.
Kicked in the debate. That's why they didn't want another debate.
And that was the biggest highlight to me for her.
She whooped his in the debate.
Yeah, that was the biggest highlight.
She didn't even answer the questions we needed, but she whooped his
easily was the biggest highlight. Easily was her biggest highlight.
But
that's not even a question.
The fact that she couldn't get another one, like I said, and then we didn't get to really know her.
Right.
Like the Saturday Night Live thing was funny. We got to see her, but we didn't really know her.
Right.
You can't get to know a candidate in 100 days.
Right. 3+ months. That was all the time we had.
Yeah.
3.5 months to get to know her.
No.
And what makes it even worse, 3.5 months to get to know her, yet she was vice president for 3.5 years already.
Mhm.
And unless you were probably in San Francisco or in her inner circle or in Washington, most of America really didn't know her. And they were asking questions. What the heck does she do? This is a guy who around 2020, around 2021 was saying, well, I'm basically a transitional president. I'm basically a one-term president. And the tune changed mildly from 2021 to 2024 when he sniffed, oh, so the Republican Party seems to want to ride with Trump. Well, I defeated this chump before. I can defeat him again. Well, heck, I'm gonna stay for a second term. There was not any brain trusts that said, no, Joe. By the time you actually put hand to Bible, you will be 82 years old, and you're showing signs of slippage now. You need to go.
Mhm.
And this should have been done in January, not in July.
Nope.
And because it was done in July, not in January, that put Kamala behind 8 ball.
Yes, it did.
And it made Joe petty as all heck. So that to me is one of the biggest ways he threw a monkey wrench in the Harris campaign. How else did he, talking about Biden, throw a monkey wrench in the Harris campaign?
Just being himself, man. How the you go and you Bidenomics? Your Bidenomics sucked, man. Fuck you, name Bidenomics. Don't nobody like you right now. Like we are in the worst. We are in a bad state, and you want to name it Bidenomics? Like now we really gonna hate you for that. Just being you. You done just being Joe Biden. The race for her.
I couldn't say it any better. Oh gosh, yes.
Mentality will be back in 2 and 2. Cool McCain.
You thought you wanted Gunther against Chad Gable, but you didn't. And I'm going to tell you why. Chad Gable would take everything that Gunther's done and bury it.
The Playmaker.
It was on site. AJ Styles walked out there, seen LA Knight. Oh, okay. And then LA Knight hopped out the car. Let's go.
Break down everything in TNA, AEW, and all of the WWE programming. Join these two kings, monarchs of wrestling, live every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Central on the Play Caller Sports Talk YouTube channel. This is a BS3 Network presentation.
I want to do a TED Talk, but I don't have anything to talk about yet. I'm getting there.
Life is for the living. We're not here that long.
You can learn anything you want to learn without any money spent.
What do I really enjoy? What do I really want out of life?
I am your host, WIZE.
Are you in a life holding pattern? Well, this is for you. Welcome to the Stuck in My Mind podcast. Live every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 4 p.m. Central.
Welcome back to Mentality, where this is the space and the place created, curated, and supported for and by all men, with YZF-M Cole Johnson. Now, we did talk about how the Democrats basically screwed the pooch, and maybe not just with this particular election, but with many elections across the board. Let's talk about this red wave a little bit, shall we? And we'll do so in politically speaking. Donald Trump continues to redefine what is possible in American politics. Let me see. He's been impeached twice. He's been convicted of 34 felony counts. And he was, of course, ejected from the White House 4 years ago at this time. And yet, Americans not only voted to send Trump back to the White House last week, they backed him more decisively than ever against the Vice President Kamala Harris than even his 2016 upset over Hillary Clinton. I will begin the questioning here. Why do you feel this is a remarkable political feat?
Because look at the last couple of election cycles. There was supposed to be red waves and nothing.
Ooh, that was
and
a
now
bad
this
one.
time, even in my state now, my home state of Pennsylvania, we've seen the changing. We had a person here running that wasn't even a part of the state. He came from Connecticut and ran for Senate, and he won. How is that possible? Someone who hasn't even been represented. People just voted red across. When they voted red, they voted red across the board. It was a stark difference from the last two election cycles, and it's again, the Democratic Party has no one to blame but themselves. They have no one else to blame because you had a president that was asleep at the wheel. We can't. I don't know how many times I said this throughout this show's lifetime. That that he was asleep at the wheel, and now we have to live with the results. I don't want to hear no one crying. I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear nothing about anything because this is what these are the choices we've made, and all I can do is just go on and live my life and do what I got to do for me and my family. I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk.
Yeah,
but Democratic Party, I need to straighten this out. I need to get this working because if not, you're gonna be next cycle. I prefer this actually. People truly show who they are.
Yeah, they're true. They're gonna be true to themselves. Yeah, they're gonna show who they are. Yeah,
if they're gonna be racist, they're gonna be racist. That's it. I'd rather know and see the racists coming than have one stab me in the back that I don't know who he is. So the fact that they're out and about, proud of who they are, I
beautiful.
Yeah, people show their true colors. Listen. It's my choice if I want to be their friends or not. That's it.
Exactly. 100. Yeah. So yeah, I'm with you. I don't see this to be a bad thing at all. Actually, I don't. Now, of course, the messaging all throughout media, and even with the electorate themselves, was this was going to be a close, hotly contested race. Did you think it was going to be a political landslide?
No. Thought it would be more closely contested, definitely. But yeah, no, I didn't think it was gonna be this way. Definitely didn't think it was gonna be this way.
Now, of course, the last time we had this transfer, which was only 4 years ago, there was this political unrest that now has come to simply be known as January 6th. And of course, that's an official. I mean, of course, that's an important date, not necessarily January 6th, 2021, but January 6th after an election, because that is normally when elections get certified. The presidential elections get certified. That's when it normally happens. Now, we witnessed it in 2021. Come 2025, do you think we will see unrest come inauguration or even come certification?
No. Because I still believe he incited that with that rhetoric of the election was stolen from him. He incited that.
And he still believes that. Yeah.
I'm saying, so now he doesn't need to use that. He won the election. So now and I don't think Kamala's going to be doing that. I don't think the Democratic Party is going to be doing that. They're not going to be, oh, go storm. No. They're going to allow the transfer of power, which should have been done the first time. Just like this time, it was a fair election. He won the election.
Yeah.
So there should be no issues.
So we now have to embrace the fact that, well, we're going to have another Trump administration. How do you picture the next 4 years? Because I personally don't see it's going to be the same as the first 4 that he ran for office and was in office.
Listen, hopefully it's how these Trumpsters have predicted where our economy is going to get better and things will get better. But he needs to learn how to unify us. And it's kind of hard with the way he but it's time for someone to really unify this country. We've been divided for so long. It's time for us to get to really start working together. We are all Americans. We all want the same thing at the end of the day. All of us want our families healthy. We want we want money in our accounts. So somehow he needs to get off his high horse and really be the unifier.
I agree with you 100%. I think now he has to actually understand how important it is to not be such the cult of personality. I don't mind it personally. I think it's kind of interesting, and it lends to a lot of content. So from that aspect, I'd actually rather him be a little bit more like how he was in 2017, 2021. But I would not want him to be that to the electorate. I would not want him to be that to the American people, because the American people need to see somebody who is willing to say, you know what, you may not have voted for me, but I still love you and I'm working for you. And here's how I'm working for you. With the track record of Trump supposedly not liking women, although he has hired women in his first administration to many different posts, what do you think about the Susie Wells appointment to be the first ever woman chief of staff?
Listen, she's the one who got him there.
Yeah.
There's other names that I don't like that he might like. What the is her name? She's that racist. What the is her name? I don't even know her name, but she's the one that's been traveling with him towards the end of the campaign and stuff. People like her should not be in the office. There's plenty of Republicans out there that you maybe even cross the line and put some Democrats into your
yeah.
If you truly want to be a unifier, be like, listen, I got some Democrats on my staff now too.
You must have talking about Laura Loomer.
Yes, her.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, ladies, for using that, but she is a horrible, horrible person. The she says is really up, and I can't go by what she said. But yeah, she is.
If you want to know how horrible she is, Marjorie Taylor Greene went after her.
And
that should let you know.
That chick go after you and she a piece of work herself. If she be like, I can't get that far behind, then you know there's something wrong about this.
Later, we will have Thoughts from the Throne. This is Mentality. Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony, or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central. Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
And ever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Welcome back to Mentality, where this is the ultimate masculine safe space with YSLFM Cole Johnson. And this next topic is going to be like how our conversations go. Here, oh my gosh, I'm going to laugh silly. I already know it. Here is something to ponder. So it looks like we have another politically active player on the San Francisco 49ers. Defensive end Nick Bosa, he showed having no regrets after flashing his Make America Great Again hat after their 30-24 victory back in October over the Cowboys. Now, Bosa crashed reporter Mr. Stark's on-field interview with his teammates Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and Isaac Guerrero. And Bosa pointed to his white MAGA hat, the slogan, of course, for the president-elect, before running off the field. Now, Bosa decided to not even go into detail about the move later on that night, saying only, quote, "I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I think it's an important time," close quote. Why would Mr. Nick Bosa pull such a stunt? Oh, no.
Because then when you were asked about it, listen, I don't care about your political views, whatever. Yeah, do whatever you want. But it's a team sport. You disrespected your teammates in their time, for their time.
They made it about
because they the ones who they had the great game. They represented the team. You decided to make this a political thing by coming out and flashing your MAGA hat. and then when you got questioned about it, you want to up. Had you been real about it, you should have spoke about it when they questioned you at the stand. But no, it's not. No, it was a time for you to show it. So now stand for it. That's the difference between you and Colin Kaepernick. This man stood for it. This man stood for his political views and his ideals. He lost his career over it.
Yeah.
Are you willing to lose your career over your ideals? No, I don't think so. So please don't you. That's some move. Some real move. And the fact that you're some white boy and it's okay for you to do it, but when Colin Kaepernick did it, he lost his career.
Yeah.
So to me, it seems like when it's people of color who has something to say, it's shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
Or it's, oh, please, this is not the place for it.
Right.
But when white boy Nick Bosa does it, it's okay. It's all right. You don't have Laura Ingraham saying, oh, shut up and sack.
No, not shut up and sack. Shut up and rush quarterback. Oh my gosh.
And I understand why Ryan Clark is so frustrated with this situation.
Oh, I do too. Because
it's true. When LeBron and them say something, it's shut up and dribble. But because he says something you agree with, it's okay. And the fact that he's white, it's okay.
Oh my goodness. This is exactly how I thought. Well, I must know you very well, because literally this is my next question. Does this open up a whole new can of worms with athletes, quote, not shutting up and dribbling? And
he needs to get fined because the NFL has a policy about this.
Right.
So Kaepernick lost his job. He needs to get fined. And if the NFL doesn't fine him, then blacks and the league, the majority of the league is African American.
The players are, yeah. 70, if I'm mistaken, I think it's like 71% of all players are
Stand up, guys. Do something.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get, and the fact is that the locker room is supposed to be right. Ryan Clark said locker room is supposed to be one melting pot. We're supposed to be brothers.
Right. 100.
This causes issues. Stuff like this. Like, yo, brother, fine. That's your political stance. You got dumb John Feliciano on your team, one of the bigger Magites, Latino men who's a idiot himself with some of the he said.
Oh no.
It was a joke. You can't take a joke. Shut the up, Feliciano. It wasn't a joke. When you vetted a comedian to say what you said about my island, you. That's a completely different subject. But anyway, Bosa, stand up to you. If that's what you believe, stand up when they ask you the questions. That's all I'm saying. Don't be a little and be like, oh, no. If you really stand up for who you are, then you should have answered the question like a man. You took your time out to point your hat out. So when you get questioned about it, now you want to up. Out of here, man.
For those who are unaware, in the NFL, you cannot wear anything outside of NFL approved apparel when you're on the field. That's just how it is. If you wear anything that is not NFL approved, and the MAGA hat is not NFL approved, then you are subject to be fined. You mentioned Colin Kaepernick, and I'm so glad you mentioned him, because I believe that I hate to say it, he became as close to a football martyr as you possibly can, where, for those who don't know, 8 years ago, he first sat, and then at the behest of Navy SEAL Nate Boyer, then changed his stance to kneel because of a political stance. Well, actually, because of a social justice stance, technically. It was for police brutality. And, of course, it was lampooned because of when he did it, because he did it during the national anthem. And, of course, it was a referendum on patriotism, and it was considered a shot at patriotism because Kaepernick decided to kneel at a time when you were supposed to stand. So Kaepernick, of course, got railroaded and ostracized out the league. And yeah, we can go into how he hurt his own chances too, but that's not why I'm talking. That's not why I'm addressing him here. How ironic of this political statement is it that it's coming from yet another 49ers football player?
Very ironic. Especially being from the area they're representing, San Francisco, the Bay Area,
right?
Which is extremely diverse. You have the LGBTQ community. You have some people from wealth. Then you have across the Bay in Oakland, where poverty is a major issue. And the way people live is a major issue. Sports are to unite us, to entertain us, our escape from everyday life. And when you bring in politics into it, we've already been, this cycle has been already been draining with all the ads, all the text messages, all the phone calls. Football is supposed to be that escape. And when you do stupid like that, you're intruding in our safe space. You're intruding in the place where we're supposed to escape from this reality and enjoy our time as to root our teams on, and in my case, curse out Daniel Jones and Brian Daboll every chance I can get. It's not the place. It's not the place.
And now, thoughts from the throne.
Like I've been saying for the last few weeks, I'm glad people went out and voted and expressed who they wanted in office. That's great. That's why this country is so great, is that we're able to go and have our voices be heard, regardless of who you voted for.
Right.
Now it's time for us to really get together as a country. I don't care if you're red, blue, green, orange, it doesn't matter to me. But we all need to live together. We all truly do want the same thing. Now it's time for us to come together, regardless of what political party allegiance you have, whatever. It's time that we stood together as a country, because the other countries out there like Russia and China, they want us divided. It's easier to conquer us that way. And I truly feel that we have to really start being so divided. Listen, whatever you believe in, that's your choice, whatever. But respect your fellow American. Start working together to really, truly uplift each other and make this country what it's supposed to be. A melting pot of some of the world's greatest and finest coming together and and living in peace and unity.
There was this bit, and I think this was in Chris Rock's Never Scared HBO special, where he said, "They're spinning, they're spinning, they're spinning, they're spinning, they're spinning, they're spinning." You know, that's what I felt. That was the energy I felt about the Democratic Party. I really felt as though it was like a shell game. And I mean, all the way back to the Democratic National Convention. I mean, I got to give you all credit and dap you all up. I mean, you all made the Republican National Convention look like a boring work meeting. I mean, I seriously have to give you credit for that. That was the second best thing you all did in Kamala Harris's campaign, was put on a party in the middle of the summer. The best being actually having Kamala attack Trump where he hurts the worst, his ego. Unfortunately, you went to the well one too many times with it and realized that you didn't change it. You could do the shell game all you want. And you can spin all the pretty spree wells all the time you want, and you can throw all the wonderful parties. The parties are great, and I love parties. But you're going to Washington for a purpose, and that purpose isn't to throw parties.
Mm-hmm.
That purpose is to make our lives better and to serve the American people. And those are thoughts from the throne. All right, my good brother. Is there anything else you have for the mentality artists before we let them go?
Nope, not at all. This is a real good show.
It's good to do this with you, my brother. And it's good that you all are here to watch and partake. This is how we roll. Thank you for liking. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. And thank you for hitting the notification bell so that you can catch all content that emanates from the Real Wise TV YouTube channel. And congratulations on the success of that and this Stuck in My Mind YouTube channel as well as the Comey Media YouTube channel, of course, along with watching the Morning Shift as well. For Wise LF, I'm Cole Johnson, here to say, imparting as we always do. Our secret technique is that we always speak with mentality. See you next week.
Peace.
That's 100.